Welcome back to Cox Connections, a program that provides up-to-date information on events that affect you, our customers. Math and science can often be daunting subjects for younger students. But in the Portsmouth schools, every 4th, 5th, and 6th grader participates in an exciting hands-on program that is helping them realize that science can indeed be fun. Here to tell us about Starbase Victory is Executive Director Bill Hayden, better known by the staff and his students as T-Ball. Thanks for being on the show today.
It's good to be here, Gary.
So I have to start first, Admiral Hayden. Tell me about T-Ball. How did that name come about?
Well, it originally came from my time in the Navy. When I checked into my first squadron, they looked at me and said, his head looks like a tennis ball. And that was it. That was in the 60s, the Beatles era. Short hair was unusual.
So for those who may not be familiar with it, so is this your call sign?
That was my call sign as a fighter pilot for 30 years. And there are folks in the Navy, or retired folks in the Navy, who have no idea that my real name is Bill.
And so, but you, and I can imagine, because I know how your personality, you use this name to really set a tone with these kids, don't you?
Well, you know, it works for the kids. When they come to Starbase, to our facility, our schoolhouse, we give them a T-shirt like this one, and they get to pick their call sign, put it on the back of the T-shirt, so they become a member of a team with the T-shirt, and then they become a unique new individual with their call sign, and they kind of get to start fresh, learn about math and science.
That is so important. So tell me a little bit, Abraham, a little bit more about the Starbase Victory program.
Well, Starbase Victory is a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade program in Portsmouth Public Schools. We pull the kids out of their school with their teacher. They come to Starbase for essentially 4 days, and we teach them a subject, or at least we focus on it. In the 4th grade, it's called Space Base, not for space, but for spatial awareness. They learn measurements, they learn about mapping, they use a GPS. We didn't have those in our day in the 4th grade. 5th grade is called EnviroBase. It's all about the environment. We teach them the factors associated with weather. And then we go into the Elizabeth River watershed, and they learn what runoff and pollution is all about, and they get to work with oysters, which help clarify the water.
And so I mean, it has a science and mathematical component, but you're going beyond that. You're talking goal setting and team building, and I mean, really important skills for lifelong success.
You're exactly right. We are focused on STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, but it's on introducing the kids to particularly science and math. But during the course of their 4 days, we use teamwork. We do introduce them to goal setting, because at these young ages, children are even actually beginning to think about what they want to do with their lives. Now, they don't always come up with the right answer. They want to be a basketball player.
They're at least getting options
Absolutely.
At that point, and that's so important.
Yep.
So what are some of the specific things that kids are actually learning in the program?
Well, we were talking about that 4th grade is spatial awareness, the 5th grade is environment and weather. The 6th grade program is essentially elementary physics, force, motion, energy. It's called Aerobase, and it's hinged around aviation. You know,
and is this classroom, or is it hands-on, or is it a combination of both?
It's answer D, all of the above. It's in a classroom, but it's hands-on. We don't do testing. We don't do drilling and grilling. The kids get to do stuff. In fact, in the 6th grade program, the Aerobase program, they build and launch this rocket. Wow. And for them, that's often a life-changing moment.
I was just going to say, that has to be life-changing to build something like this from scratch. And to launch it?
Yes, launch it themselves. I dare say every child who's been through this program, and that's every child in Portsmouth, remembers their rocket launch.
So what does a program like this do for these students?
Well, first of all, it makes them realize that math and science is actually a part of their lives. It's not these daunting subjects that you referred to. If you don't do a little bit of math, a little bit of science in your life, if you don't understand how computers work, you're you're not going to do as well in life. Now, we, as I said, we don't do equations, we don't do drills and grills. They do things with their hands, and the reality is that when you do things, you remember what works and sometimes what doesn't work.
Yeah, so you're making it fun, you're making it practical, you know, sometimes these daunting subjects, math and science, you're bringing it into everyday life. And
that's exactly right.
Has to open the door for so many, you know, options that these kids will have down the road.
Yep, we picked curricula subjects that are familiar to them because it's what they do. Maps, weather. Now rockets are a little different, but they're certainly inspiring.
We only have about a minute left. There are people watching. Obviously, they think this is a phenomenal program, and they're saying, "How can I get involved? What can I do? Can I contribute? Can I volunteer?" What would you say to anyone listening who wants to figure out a way to help?
Like everything in life that has value, this costs money. It's about $150 per child, to $50 for each of the 3 programs. So we need financial assistance. I would ask folks to go to our website, www.starbasevictory.org.
We can show that, make sure that that's seen out there. But go to the
That'd
website.
Go to the website. You'll see there's an opportunity to go PayPal or credit card directly to us. And then there's also an interesting option, Amazon.smile. If you buy your stuff online through Amazon, if you sign up, and this too is on our website, if you sign up with Amazon.smile to support Starbase, we get 0.5% of whatever it is you buy. So that's painless.
Yeah. Well, Admiral Hayden, I'd be remiss if I did not say you're making a tremendous contribution to our community, and you're investing in the lives of these children, and those children are going to do great things because of what you're doing. And you know, I know you've served our country, you've done so much, and now you continue to give back so that our future will be bright. And so I'd be remiss if I did not say thank you on behalf of a very, very, very grateful community for all the great work that you're doing with this program. And I'm sure there are many people out here who are going to look at this and say, I'm going to figure out a way to help.
I'm happy to do it. The kids deserve it. And you're giving back too, Gary.
Well, you're kind. Thanks a lot for being on the show. And as always, I want to personally thank you for choosing Cox Communications for your information and communication needs. We know you could have chosen another provider, but because you chose us, we pledge to be a friend you can trust. We promise to provide you with innovative products backed up by a talented local team of professionals that will help you stretch your dollar. And we promise to continue to make a difference in the Hampton Roads community. From all of your friends and neighbors here at Cox, we thank you again for joining us on this edition of Cox Connections.